What if I told you she didn't break you? She revealed you. Let that sit for a second. This pain you're feeling, the emptiness, the gut punch every time you think of her, it's not proof that you lost something irreplaceable. It's proof that you cared deeply. It's proof that you were Alan. And now that she's gone, your mind is trying to make sense of the wreckage. But here's the truth. You didn't lose her. You lost your illusion of who she was, and that's your freedom. She didn't destroy you. She exposed you, not in a weak way. She pulled off the mask you wore to keep her, the nice guy, the fixer, the one who texted first, who tried to be enough. But what's left now is the real you, and he's got two choices: keep drowning in the memory of someone who walked away, or evolve into someone she'll never have access to again. This isn't a cry for help. This is a war cry. This is the part of the story where you stop waiting for closure, for texts that never come, for a second chance that would only delay your growth. She made her decision. Let her live with it, you. You're about to become a man so stoic, so composed, so unfazed, that your silence will haunt her, louder than your words ever could. You don't win this by proving her wrong. You win this by proving yourself right. You win by becoming dangerous again, focused, detached, unbothered. The kind of man who walks into a room and doesn't have to say a word, but everyone feels his presence. That starts now. That starts here. If you're done bleeding for someone who wouldn't have done the same, if you're done checking your phone like a hostage to your own emotions, then make this moment count. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot. 1. The illusion of loss control. Now let's begin. Number 1. The illusion of loss. Let's get one thing straight. You didn't lose her. You lost the version of her you wanted her to be, the woman who cared deeply, the one you thought would ride with you through the storm, the one you defended to your friends when they warned you she wasn't right. But let's be honest, she was never that woman. She was a reflection of your hope, not your reality. And now you're here, hurt, angry, replaying conversations, analysing texts, asking yourself what you did wrong. But the better question is, what were you blind to? What red flags did you excuse because you didn't want to start over? What boundaries did you break yourself just to keep someone who was already halfway out the door? Pain hits hardest when it breaks the fantasy. But that's not loss, that's clarity. What hurts isn't that she's gone. It's that you gave your loyalty to someone who never deserved the access. You were all in. She was just visiting, and now you think you're broken, but you're not. You're just detoxing from the idea that she was the one. Stoicism cuts deep here. It says, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. You imagined a future with someone who never showed up in the present. You dreamed while ignoring what your gut already knew. And now that the illusion is gone, you're left with the truth. She didn't change. She just stopped hiding who she really was. You don't need her back. You need your clarity. You don't need closure. You need to close the book on who you thought she was. This is your clean break, your starting line. Let her regret it in silence. Let her wonder how you got so cold, so focused, so unreachable, because now your healing begins the moment your illusion ends. If you're done romanticizing red flags, if you're ready to face the truth and move forward, comment below. I choose reality over 2. Pain is proof. You felt, not that you failed. Illusion number 2. Pain is proof. You felt, not that you failed. You're in pain, and that's okay. It means you showed up fully. You loved hard. You were real, and that kind of vulnerability, that's not weakness, that's power. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because pain isn't proof you failed. Pain is proof you felt something worth grieving. It's proof that your loyalty, your time, your energy all meant something, even if she couldn't see it. But here's the catch. If you let the pain turn into bitterness, you lose twice. You gave her your heart. Don't give her your identity. Don't become cynical because someone didn't know how to handle the realness you brought. Your emotions are valid, but now they need a new direction. Feeling pain is natural, but staying stuck in it, that's a choice. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You got blindsided. You got hurt. Cool. Now what now? You take that pain and you weaponize it. You turn it into discipline, into silence, into progress. So loud you'll feel it every time someone mentions your name. You stop looking at the door she walked out of and start building the empire she never believed in. Don't numb yourself. Feel it, but don't let it paralyze you. Don't go out drinking just to forget her. Don't sleep around to prove you've moved on. That's weakness, wearing a mask. That's emotion pretending to be ego. Instead, sit with the pain. Let it teach you. Let it carve out space inside you for growth, not regret. This pain is temporary, but the man you build through it, he's permanent. And trust me, one day, you'll look back and realize this was the beginning of everything. The moment you stopped begging to be chosen and started choosing yourself. If you're done making decisions from a place of weakness, if you're ready to take back control, comment below. I master my emotions. They do not master me. Number 3, emotional 3. Emotional control is the ultimate revenge. Control is the ultimate revenge. Let's get something straight. Begging doesn't bring her back. It just makes her feel right for leaving. Every desperate text, every unanswered call, every emotional outburst only confirms to her that she had the upper hand. But the second you go quiet, the second you stop reacting, that's when her mind starts racing. Because silence is punishment and emotional control. That's power. You want revenge. Don't post sad quotes. Don't try to make her jealous. Don't play games. Just become emotionally untouchable. The man who cannot be shaken, who doesn't flinch at loss. That man terrifies her because he's the one she thought would fall apart, and instead, he disappeared into progress. He didn't cry, he calculated, he didn't chase. He chose himself in stoicism. This is everything. The Stoic man isn't emotionless. He just refuses to be ruled by emotion. He sees pain but doesn't act out of it. He feels disappointment but doesn't let it guide his hands. He knows that every reaction is a negotiation of power, and silence is the only answer that can't be twisted, misked, or used against him. Let her wonder. Let her stalk your page and find nothing. No cryptic posts, no emotional leaks. Just a man building focused, detached. That's how you flip the script. That's how you become unforgettable. Not by screaming your worth, but by walking away like you finally remembered it. Control yourself and you control the outcome. Lose yourself and you hand her the narrative. You want closure. Become so cold, so calm, so collected that she has no idea how you got over her so fast. You didn't move on because someone else came along. You moved on because you mastered yourself. If you're done handing your power to people who didn't earn it, if you're ready to be untouchable, comment below. My silence is strength. Not for. You were the prize. She just couldn't see it. Surrender. Number 4, you were the prize. She just couldn't see it. Let's flip the perspective, because this entire time you've been asking yourself, why wasn't I enough for her wrong question? The real question is, was she ever enough for you? You gave, you supported, you showed up. You were loyal when it was inconvenient. You loved her through her moods, her doubts, her drama. And what did you get in return? Breadcrumbs, inconsistency, maybe even betrayal. And somehow you convinced yourself she was the prize. No, you were the one with the depth. the one who stayed solid when things got rough, the one who tried. And here's what hurts. It's not just that she left, it's that she didn't even recognize what she had. That stings, but that's not your loss, that's her blindness. And eventually, that blindness becomes her burden. See, a lot of people don't recognize value until it's out of reach. When you were accessible, she underestimated you. Now, the moment you shift, when you start building, when you stop answering, that's when the regret starts kicking in. That's when she realizes, damn, I lost someone rare. But by then, it's too late. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." You can't control her perception, but you can control your path. And once you see yourself as the prize, everything changes. You don't chase, you don't explain, you attract. And the moment you fully believe that you were the gift in that relationship, not the other way around, you stop settling. You stop shrinking. You stop waiting for people to recognize your worth. Her not seeing your value doesn't make you less valuable. It makes her short-sighted. And when you rise above this, when you become the man you were meant to be, she'll remember you every time she meets someone who isn't you. If you're done doubting your worth, if you're ready to see yourself clearly, comment below, "I am the prize," with or 5. Detachment is magnetic without her. Number 5, detachment is magnetic. Let me break a harsh truth to you. Neediness repels, detachment attracts. The more you chased her, the more she pulled away. The more you tried to fix it. Explain yourself. Plead your case, the more invisible you became. That's not because you weren't good enough, it's because desperation smells. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who doesn't know how to let go. But the moment you detach, everything shifts when you stop reacting, when you stop trying to prove your worth, when you become silent, focused, grounded. That's when she feels it. That's when she checks. Your story lingers on your page, sends that just checking in text. Why? Because you became unpredictable. You stopped orbiting her world, and now she's not sure if she was ever the center of yours. Detachment isn't about pretending not to care. It's about truly understanding that her validation means nothing if you've already validated yourself. It's freedom from obsession. It's peace without needing permission. The Stoics lived by this. They knew that to desire something too much was to become a slave to it. When you're emotionally detached, you're not cold, you're in control. Here's what makes detachment magnetic. It forces people to question their grip on you. When you no longer react, when you no longer chase, they start to wonder what changed. They start to miss the version of you that needed them, and by then that version doesn't exist anymore. So stop posting for her. Stop waiting for her name to pop up. Go ghost building level up so quietly. She has to hear about your success through whispers. That's power. That's real control. If you're done chasing what no longer serves you, if you're ready to be the gravity instead of the orbit, comment below, "My detachment is my 6th. Don't compete. Elevate, power number 6. Don't compete, elevate. You keep asking yourself, did she leave me for someone better? Is he taller, richer, funnier? And every time you compare yourself to the next guy, you shrink your own value. Stop that. That's not stoic. That's not masculine. That's emotional submission disguised as self-reflection. The truth is, you don't compete with another man. You compete with who you were yesterday. That's the only battlefield that matters. Because here's the reality. The version of you that she left behind. That man is dead. And in his place should be a sharper, colder, more focused version who no longer seeks validation from anyone, especially not from someone who threw him away like a temporary fix. Elevation isn't about showing her you're better than the guy she's with now. It's about becoming so much more you that even you wouldn't recognize the man you used to be. Stoicism isn't about ego. It's about mastery. Mastery of mind, discipline, and self. The Stoic doesn't compete. He rises quietly, relentlessly. And what's wild is when you elevate, when you lock in on your goals, when you cut the noise and build your life brick by brick. People start circling back, including her. But by the time they do, you're already in a different league. You're not reachable anymore. You don't win her back by trying to one-up the next guy. You win by no longer needing to be in the race. Real men don't prove, they evolve. And once you're in your lane, you realize there is no competition because no one else is you. No one else brings your energy, your focus, your scars. That's your edge. Use it if you're done comparing yourself to people who are never on your level. If you're ready to outgrow the version of you that chased approval. Comment below, I elevate, I don't seven. Turn rejection into redirection. Compete, number 7, turn rejection into redirection. Rejection hurts. No sugarcoating it. It's a shot to the ego, a hit to your confidence, a loud no when you thought you were enough. But here's the twist. Rejection isn't the end. It's a redirection. It's life, rooting you from what would have drained you slowly. It's the universe saying, this isn't where you thrive. And once you stop taking it personal, you start seeing it for what it really is. A gift in disguise. She didn't ruin your path. She revealed it. That heartbreak, that was your wake-up call. That silence after she walked away. That was the space you needed to hear your own voice again. You don't grow in comfort, you grow in chaos, and rejection lights a fire in you that nothing else can. Not because she left, but because you remembered who you were before you tried to be what she wanted. The Stoics taught that external events don't define us. Only our response does. Rejection is neutral. What makes it powerful or poisonous is how you carry it. You can use it to justify your bitterness, or you can use it as fuel to rebuild yourself into someone even you would chase. The choice is yours. Look at the greats, the kings, the legends. Most of them were forged in the fire of rejection. The job, they didn't get the woman who walked out. The failure that nearly broke them. But instead of folding, they used it as momentum. Because real power doesn't come from being chosen. It comes from choosing yourself after being overlooked. So, let her go. Let the door close. Let the silence echo and use it, not to prove her wrong, but to prove yourself right, that you were never meant to stay where you weren't seen, if you're done begging for opportunities that aren't yours. If you're ready to let rejection fuel your rebirth, comment below, her rejection redirected me to greatness. 8. Silence speaks louder than closure. Number 8. Silence speaks louder than closure. You keep thinking if you could just talk to her one more time. Get one more conversation. Hear one real explanation, then maybe you'd feel better. But that's not closure. That's a trap. Because closure isn't something they give you, it's something you decide for yourself. And the most powerful move you'll ever make is silence. Silence is the Stoic's sword. It's not passive. It's calculated. It's intentional. When you stop talking, stop explaining, stop defending, you shift the power back to yourself. You go from being the one trying to understand her to the one she starts wondering about. What is he thinking? Is he over me? Is he seeing someone else? You don't owe her answers. You don't owe her peace. She made her choice. Now let her live with the silence that comes after it. You want to know why silence hits so hard, because it creates a void, and people hate voids. They fill them with fantasies, with assumptions, with regrets. When you stop reaching out, she starts reaching in. She starts replaying everything. And that's when she starts to feel what you've already worked through. But by then, you're not waiting anymore. Seneca said, Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. In this case, to live without chasing closure, to walk away without saying a word. That's strength. Most men never reach. You don't need her last words. You don't need her apology. You don't need a post-B break-a-cup conversation. What you need is your silence, your pride, your direction. She left you with questions. Let her leave with silence in return. Let her sit with the fact that you moved on without needing anything from her. Not even a goodbye, if you're done waiting for peace from people who caused your chaos. If you're ready to let silence speak for you, comment below. My silence is the only closure I need. 9. Become the man she can't reach anymore. Number 9, become the man she can't reach anymore. There was a time when you would have dropped everything for her, answered every message, rearranged your plans, apologized just to keep the peace. You were accessible, you were available, you were easy to reach. And she got used to that. She got comfortable knowing you'd always be there even when she didn't deserve you. But that man, he's gone. And now it's time to become the version of yourself she can't reach. Not physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. You evolve so far beyond her that the next time she thinks about you, it feels like remembering someone from a different life. That's the goal. You don't just move on. You outgrow her completely. Here's the Stoic play. You don't flex. You don't try to get her attention. You disappear into your potential. You heal in silence. You build in private. You stop showing up where she might see you. And instead you show up for yourself every day, consistently, relentlessly, until the man who once craved her approval now craves only progress. She will reach out. Maybe not today, maybe not next week, but the curiosity will eat at her. And when she does, you won't feel that surge of excitement. You'll feel indifference. That's how you know you've won. Not because she came back, but because you no longer care. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." So don't become bitter. Don't become petty. Become unreachable. Not as an act of ego, but as a result of elevation. She can't touch the man who no longer exists to her. If you're done being emotionally available to people who left you on red, if you're ready to become the version of yourself, she'll never hold again. Comment below, I am no longer who she left. I've evolved. 10. She lost the man she'll never find again. Number 10. She lost the man she'll never find again. Let's close this with the truth. She'll never say out loud, but will feel for the rest of her life. She didn't just lose a man. She lost the man. The one who would have gone to war for her. The one who stayed solid through her chaos. The one who saw her flaws and still chose to show up. That kind of man rare, and she let him go like it was nothing, but it wasn't nothing. It was everything. And one day, when the attention fades, when the excitement dies, when the next guy doesn't match your depth, she'll remember you. Not the desperate version of you, not the heartbroken one. She'll remember the man you became after she left. The man who didn't fold. The man who rebuilt from the ashes and never looked back. You didn't lose her. You lost a person who couldn't see past her own ego. You lost someone who mistook consistency for clinginess. Someone who thought the grass might be greener. But you became the garden she'll never be allowed back into. This is Stoic power. You control what you do next, not her, not the past, not the story you told yourself while she was pulling away. You close the chapter, you set the tone. You become the man who doesn't need revenge because he's already too far ahead to even notice who's behind. And maybe she'll see you again one day, not in person, but in the success. You built the peace, you carry the confidence in your eyes. She'll realize too late that what she lost can't be replaced, copied, or found again. Not because you were perfect, but because you were real. And now you're gone. If you're done being haunted by what could have been, if you're done ready to embody the man she'll regret losing forever. Comment below, she lost a king. I became a legend. You made it to the end, and that already puts you in a different category. Most men stay stuck, replaying old memories, waiting on a text, making excuses for the person who walked away. But not you. You're here not to escape the pain, but to transform through it. That's what Stoic strength is. It's not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's about using the hurt to rise. This isn't just a video, it's a blueprint, a reminder that you're not broken. You're just rebuilding. Stronger, smarter, colder, but calmer. The kind of man who doesn't chase closure, doesn't beg to be chosen, and sure as hell doesn't sit around hoping she'll come back. Because now you know she didn't leave a broken man. She created an unshakable one. So from here on out, it's forward only. You don't text her. You don't check her page. You don't wonder what she's doing. You build. You elevate. You master your emotions, your energy, your time. You become so focused on your future that your past loses all power. And if this message hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop something real. Share this with another man who needs to wake up, lock in, and stop bleeding for someone who wouldn't even wipe the blood. This is Stoic Blessing, and this is just the beginning.